Hey friends, so I found this really interesting article about the struggle of being short in dating, and I didn't really know if it was a real article or not, just from the title and the caption, but it was pretty interesting, so I wanted to react to it on stream, and that's exactly what I did. So you're gonna see some highlights from that stream, and if you're not following me, make sure to follow me on my Twitch, MATOKA Milk Tea, and the channel, guys. We reached 1,600 subscribers, thank you very much, and we're on the road to 2K subscribers, so make sure to hit that subscribe button, support the channel, and let's get into the video. I don't know why I said the internet, but I was browsing Facebook a little while ago, and I came across this article, but this article is titled "Short Men Talk About Big Challenges of Dating." A study once revealed that a man who is 5'6" needs an additional $175,000 to be as desirable as a man who is 6 feet tall. What? So yeah, I know I'm taller than 5'6", I know that. And I know I'm not like short, but it just made me think about my past experiences, because when I was in college, I went to Cal Poly SLO, and the diversity rate was not very great. I think it was, at the time, it was like 90% white people and 10% everyone else. I was in that 10%. Everyone that I would like really hang out with was around in that 10%. So diversity wasn't so great. But because there were a lot of white people, a lot of people were very tall. And it was the first time post high school that I felt like, wow, there are a lot of people who are actually tall. Because for some reason, I don't know, maybe like when you're just growing up and sometimes there just aren't that many tall people and everyone's kind of younger anyways. Like that's the thing. But college, like everyone has had their growth spurts. Everyone is probably the maximum height that they're gonna get. I was like, whoa, this is crazy, this is insane. So I've never really had a problem with height in general or anything like that, mainly because I don't date either. But I still wanted to react to this because I feel like the issue is that the title is very triggering. Not the short men talk about the big challenges of dating, but I think a lot of people really tune into the study. $175,000 to be desirable as a man who is 6 feet tall. And what does that mean? You can make 50K as a 6 foot person, you're still more desirable than someone who makes 6 figures. Like, the main thing we want to see is, what is the study, and is the author, I don't want to like trash her or anything like that, but is she like actually trying to like pick a fight? So let's just like, you know, react to this, get into this, see what's up. David Coe, college life, single man, studying molecular and cellular biology at the University of Illinois. Driving his convertible sports car, okay. Lifting weights, okay. That already means that you got some kind of 6-figure parents. If you're driving a convertible sports car in college, like I was driving a 1993 Toyota Camry for pretty much the entirety until it broke down at a music festival. So like, I don't know, I can't relate. But he said he struck out when it came to girls. There were a few girls I was interested in, but I was roughly the same height. They automatically disqualified me. At 5'4", comments about David's height eventually drove him out of the dating game, and thoughts of being forever alone plagued his mind. Some dates would agree, then turn me down at a later time when some declined right away. They didn't tell me straight to my face, but I found out through mutual friends. Not only with rejections, but a few of my friends would make remarks like, you'd look so more attractive if you were 5 inches taller, or I bet you get so many girls if you were tall. But a few of my friends would make remarks like, these people are not your friends if they're making remarks like that. Or am I wrong? Like, I understand like banter with your bros, right? I get that. I understand that. That is a thing. But if you're so self-conscious that you let what your friends say affect your whole life in some kind of way, these aren't good people. You gotta get a new squad. Don't go to EDC with this crew. You gotta get a new crew and go to EDC and have fun. I don't know. I would be honestly like really mad if there was some kind of trait that my friends like constantly jabbed me for, I guess. Like once in a while, that's perfectly fine. You know, this guy's already psyching himself out. His friends aren't helping. Hashtag justice for short kings, that is right. Rooming with a 5'9" handsome white male who pulled a lot of girls didn't help either, with his housemates' words of advice simply being, just be confident. Let's see the picture. I've never really had an issue with my height. I even used to have a neighbor that I would hang out with a lot when we were growing up. She was a volleyball player, so she ended up being 6'3", 6'4", or something like that. But I never had an issue with like height or anything. I don't know. Even if one of these people, his girlfriend was the same height as one of these people, it's not that noticeable. Maybe that's just my own opinion, but it's not that noticeable. If he was dating someone 6'7", like that would be, yeah, a little much. The old adage suggests that good things come in small packages, but is it true when it comes to the male dating world? Don't write that in the article. That's so condescending. That's horrible. I don't like that. In a society that tends to favor tallness, and with many apps requiring you to enter your height, it seems that smaller men have drawn the short straw. She once dated a man a few inches shy of her. Her first and last experience was someone shorter. It didn't bother me, but our conversations always went to how I'm taller than him and way out of his league. I tried 2 more dates after, but I felt so uncomfortable about how his insecurities would get into the conversation, and it felt like he was trying to compensate for being short. Kind of like those little dogs that bark at anything. When it's so bad that you get so self-conscious about it that you can't talk about anything else, like, that's bad. But that's also when therapy is needed. I feel like if you're getting so psyched up about something like this, I know a lot of people can have bad experiences, and a lot of people have multiple bad experiences in a row. That's kind of just how life works. They want to throw you at the bottom so you can climb your way back on top. Like, it's easy to get psyched up about it, right? But for this, it's not his height that's the issue. It's that his height is affecting his personality. Louise Lagman also had her fair share of dates with self-conscious shorties. One in particular stood out. Greg had seen all the meme and jokes about girls only dating 6+ men, and he wouldn't change the topic. In my mind, I'm like, if this is how you talk on dates, I'm pretty sure it's not the height that's the issue. Don't swing that or any baggage my way. I don't have the time or energy to be someone's fixer. Okay, that's a little much. If you're so obsessed with the height, thinking that it's an issue, you're gonna psych out the person who is actually on the other side of the table with you. That's the biggest issue. I think if you're that depressed about it, if you're that insecure about it, it goes beyond being a height problem, because it becomes a personality trait. Your personality trait is that you're insecure about your height, and that's the thing that's turning people off. It's not your actual height. But I understand how it could get to that point. When you get rejected for things like that, I understand that it kind of weighs on your mind, but then you don't want it to become a personality trait, right? You want the other things to shine. Yeah, the 2 examples were very extreme, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's like normal to a lot of people who have been rejected a lot. Like, it's extreme for the girl sitting at the other side of the table, right? But for the guy, he's probably sat with like a lot of women at the other side of the table and have gotten rejected. But then he just has bad taste, because if these girls are being mean, like, don't keep dating mean girls. You gotta date people who you vibe with, you know? I guess that's hard for apps now, but okay. Insecurities aside, there are a myriad of other ways petite men have been shortchanged, assuming the default little spoon position, struggling to achieve eye contact with a bartender, and a higher chance of being friend-zoned or being accused of height fishing. While they're likely to save more money by consuming less food and space. No, don't say that. No, why? Why are you trying to go there? Holy, that's so untrue as well. They're consuming more food probably, honestly, because a lot of short guys are really buff because they work out a lot. I mean, maybe that's a way of compensation for their height. People who are shorter, and they tend to have this kind of muscle that builds up faster, so they can work out less and be a lot more toned and fit and stuff. People who are taller, it's harder for them to actually get buff, right? So people who are shorter are probably consuming more food and are probably consuming healthier food in order to be all fit and muscular and shit like that. Like, you have to have a lot of protein and supplements and stuff. And people who are taller probably don't even have a chance to get buff, right? So they're not even gonna be doing that. And a lot of the tall people are skinnier too, so they're not eating as much food. This is bullshit. So a 2006 study, 500 years ago, dating found that a man who is 5'6" needs an additional $175,000 to be as desirable as a man who is approximately 6 feet tall and only makes $62,500 a year. Where's this freaking study go? Hello? The study doesn't exist. So the study's a line. This is a clickbait article, apparently. This does not go anywhere. This literally does not go anywhere. Cancel it out of your mind. This must not be real. Because who are they surveying for this anyways? Say that it was true. Who are they surveying? I don't think this is true at all. uchicago.edu article about online dating, but if it doesn't exist, it takes a lot of the credibility out of this whole article, because part of the title is you need $175,000. So, sheesh! Juan Calilong is a 26-year-old and 5'4", lives in Manila. He dated a girl taller than him who was upset that she couldn't wear heels around him. Now this is the thing. Why do you want to wear heels? What is your obsession with heels? They're probably uncomfortable, and I don't know. It's just a very strange dynamic to me that heels are gonna break a relationship. One girl told me that my personality is great, it's just the height that was the problem. I told her jokingly that she could lose some weight to make her more attractive. She told me it's not easy to lose weight, to which I replied it's not easy to gain height too. You know, they say like things that girls shouldn't mention to guys and things that guys shouldn't mention to girls. Like guys shouldn't mention anything about weight to girls, and on the flip side, girls shouldn't really mention anything about height to guys. But they just totally went way past that. Those are some fighting words. Juan left the dating scene. That's the end of his story. He just left. He's like, peace out, I don't need this. That's respectable though. You know what? That's respectable. Hopefully he started his own business. He makes $200K a year. The author really was like, let's find the most toxic people to interview. That's fair. That's right. That's what this is, honestly. Miguel Buenaflor, 5'6", grew up in Manila, in his 20s, California. This is a pretty embarrassing story, but whenever we held hands, I would actually stand on the sidewalk while she would walk onto the street. Is that like a discussion in a relationship? Is that honestly like you're just like, hey babe, I think you should walk on the street because it'll make me feel a little taller, you know, and it'll make you feel a little shorter. I think that'll be our dynamic. That's sad, man. You know, you gotta just be confident. You know, I don't know what to say. Even platform shoes is a better idea than risking your girlfriend's life by throwing her onto the street so that you can look taller. Like that don't fly. I'm literally calling him out. I'm sorry, Miguel. Such big names with short statures like Zac Efron, Tom Cruise, Prince, James Dean, Lionel Messi all prove that height is just a number. I mean, that does not prove anything. They're just famous. One thing that it does prove is that people who are shorter usually tend to benefit from working out more. They have nice muscles like Zac Efron. Like Zac Efron equals nice body. But millions of people admire them and they don't think about their height, first of all. They think about the movies they've been in. They think about how rich and famous they are. If I have $1 million, then height's not gonna matter. But how many people can pull that out of their ass? I don't actually know. After being asked why he didn't have a girlfriend, David told him because he was short. Bullshit, his roommate responded. I made an excuse that it was easy for him to say since he was taller, but he then went on to lecture me about confidence. He threw himself into weight training, constantly told himself, I'm the shit, I'm a great guy, I'm such a catch. Eventually his height didn't bother him and he started subconsciously carrying himself higher to the point where short people thought he was taller than he actually was or forgot he was short altogether. Now here's the thing, disregarding the idea of height in general, people who just feel down about themselves or, you know, whatever they feel like their flaw is, this is what they need to say. You're the shit. You're a great guy. You're such a catch. That should be the motto for everyone because that's just what people need. People need something uplifting and people need to believe it as well. If you're saying shit and you're not believing it, then that's not going to work at all. Like it really is so much about confidence. I think confidence is such a exaggerated term as well because when you think of confidence, you think of someone who is just like so outgoing, so crazy, like, and you have to live up to that level. But it's not even that, it's just being secure in your own skin. That's the main thing. A good resolution! David now has a girlfriend and credits his confidence being able to ask her out. Size may matter to some people, but if you can see past someone's height, then there's a whole group of men out there who are willing to share their clothes with you. What the? That's a horrible ending. Okay, honestly, I feel like this is like a gag article. This is fake news. This is not real. Maybe these people are real in the article. Probably not, though. I can't really believe it. This part right here is the key. It's just having confidence and being comfortable in your own skin. That's it. And that's really all I want to talk about for this article, because this was low-key a downer.